And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto, episode 489. Today is Wednesday, October 16th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
And today's top stories will be U.S. law enforcement traces Bitcoin transfers to NAB, largest child porn site. Oxford English Dictionary adds Satoshi, Bitcoin's smallest unit. Bitcoin network transfers $1 billion for the price of a cup of coffee. U.S. Congressman says Facebook should add Bitcoin, not create Libra. Bermuda becomes first government to accept tax payments in USDC stablecoin. And last but not least, Miami International Airport gets its first Bitcoin ATM. But first, let's check out these prices.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you saw the price movement yesterday, you saw a pretty big drop for Bitcoin. Not much for others, but Bitcoin is at 7,968, down 2.6%. Ethereum is down 3.3% to $173. Litecoin struggling at $52, down 4%. Ripple at 28 cents is only down 0.66, not too much loss yesterday. And Bitcoin Cash at $214 is down 2.8%. So have seen red across the board today. Not really a big deal. You'll probably see green in a few days.
What's going on, Madam Crypto? What's going on, Shannon Allen? That's right, almost at 500.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Cooper, what's going on, riding the bus? Hello. All right, top story of the day. U.S. law enforcement traces Bitcoin transfers to NAB, largest child porn site. That's right. A U.S. federal grand jury indicted a South Korean citizen for operating the largest child porn site by volume, where visitors spent millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to pay for the illegal content. Jung Woo Sun, 23, the owner of Welcome to Video site, has been charged and convicted in South Korea and is currently in custody serving his sentence there, the Department of Justice said. So, I mean, by all accounts, again, this is a good example of Bitcoin working, that police can actually trace it, and all these new task force aren't actually needed to stop any criminal activity because, again, Bitcoin can be traced. So, what else is going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. Well, the company Chain Analysis, they are the company that traced it. They said that with the listed site's Bitcoin address, their IRS criminal investigation and Homeland Security were able to use their reactor to analyze their activity and build a graph showing the flow of funds. So everybody who spent Bitcoin to get child porn, all of those pervs got traced. And they basically used Bitcoin's technology to do it. So that kills the narrative that Bitcoin can be used for criminals. We saw one congressman actually state it's actually bad for criminals to use Bitcoin at this point because you can actually trace it. Because we have KYC at some of the exchanges and a few of these people were not able to have private addresses. So they were able to trace it. The South Korea guys in jail, and they were able to confiscate all of the illegal videos. So good to see there. And of course, they are kind of putting it out there that crypto was used to enable child porn. People have been doing this, running this child porn game for years before Bitcoin came. Now you have a way to trace it. So this is actually pretty good, in my opinion.
And Chain Analysis said in a statement, we want to enable an entire economy powered by cryptocurrency, but sites like WTV destroy the public's faith in the technology and slow down adoption in a legitimate economy. Fighting against them is a step in the right direction. Great press release. It's unfortunate these are the thoughts and even the realities where something like this, like child porn, could slow down the public's faith in technology. The thing the public needs to understand, which is a shame because I understand the majority of people around the world, not just the United States, majority of people around the world aren't technically savvy. In other words, honestly, people aren't smart at all when it comes to technology. I mean, it's still people who don't know how to use email right now. I mean, this is real. So
people don't copy and paste.
And no, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for generations before my time. No, it doesn't matter. So when I see the public's faith in technology is being shaken, that's kind of the same to me as saying the public's faith in mathematics is being shaken now. I don't believe 2 + 2 = 4 because the bank robbers use that same math to figure out how much money was in the bank before they robbed it. Like,
oh yeah, they robbed a bank, cash failed.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah. So I can't go off of this public faith is being shaken. I get why it's happening. Again, I understand. I see in the United States with the FUD articles. Somebody released, JP Morgan, the Dino Diamond says a couple years ago in 2017, Bitcoin is a fraud. The price drops immediately, right? It is very unfortunate that, again, the mainstream public, not just the United States, around the world, aren't intelligent enough to understand software, technology, and simple mathematics. But that's what we're talking about here. So It's a shame that this has to be stated by Chainalysis. It is the truth. Sites like WTV, unfortunately, destroy the public's faith in the technology. But the good thing for people who actually use the technology, invest in technology and all that, it does, like, the public doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either they'll catch up or they'll literally get left behind.
Like always.
And as always.
You'll be consumers.
And such as, well, it'll be even worse. I mean, it'll be worse than the consumer. I mean, this is how that gap widens, that wealth gap, the wealth divide widens. Whereas one people, I'm scared of that ghost technology over there, and it's another person's like, fine, we'll just use it against you then. Like, either way, you're going to use it.
You're going to use it, yeah.
So again, I'm glad to see that Bitcoin was able to help stop these criminals. Again, these type of people deserve the worst fates that are out there.
Yeah.
But again, it also shows that the technology works. It is transparent. This is why we want it. You can't hide from it. You can't, do all these backroom deals. So it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and Dry Dessert, he was saying traceability allows governments financial surveillance of everybody, not just criminals. That's the thing. It should flip. All of the traceability should be used on governments,
right,
on crimes like this. And then for citizens, it should be private. There should be an audit that says, hey, we didn't try and look up everybody's transactions, try and trace everything they did. But for government, we can trace it. That's what we want to see.
See, in Germany, orphans have recently been assigned into custody of people who now went to jail for what they did with the kids. That is one of the problems, not the payment aspect.
Yep.
I have no clue what's going on there. But I mean, hey, as I tell people, stop complaining and strap up.
Yeah. Start shooting people.
You can handle that problem overnight, one at a time.
They shouldn't even made it to the jail, honestly.
It's crazy. Oxford English Dictionary adds Satoshi, Bitcoin's smallest unit. That's what's up, Oxford.
There we go, Oxford.
That's pretty cool to see. Again, technology is going to move forward, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
The Oxford English Dictionary announced on October 9th that it's added the word Satoshi, Bitcoin's smallest unit. What made Oxford, I guess, decide to do this move out the blue?
Oh, yeah. Well, when something becomes popular enough, Satoshi being one of the words that has been used in the lexicon, I believe they scour a lot of the internet searches of new words. For example, Manhattan Hinge, whatevs, and a revised history of fake news was added as well. So all of these things have been popular, used in the last year or two. And then when they see Satoshi is a part of a big system that everybody uses, they decide to add it to the dictionary. And now, for those of you who use Satoshi, you can actually say, yes, it's in the dictionary. This is real, people. It's not going anywhere. I don't know how many times we can say that, but in the dictionary, Oxford is. So yes, you can use this word confidently around your educated friends and say, yes, this is a real thing.
Right. Again, it's one of those things where this is definitely a base hit. It's not needed or necessary, but it's definitely cool to see it being put in dictionaries now, because like other companies and organizations, I'm sure other dictionaries would be like, well, Oxford got it, I guess it's time for us to get it too. And then this is how more people learn about it. It's people who scour the dictionary. I mean, I can't wait to see the next big spelling bee where they say spell Satoshi, you know, in definition. The developers of Bitcoin. So the smallest unit of Bitcoin currency. So that'll be pretty cool to see.
It's funny they describe Satoshi. They actually said Satoshi Nakamoto was born in 1975, which if you've been around, you know that's a reference to one of the emails, like one of what they describe as breadcrumbs that said he stated his birth date on a website when he first described Bitcoin, he or she or them. So that is curious. When people saw that, it was like, hold up, Satoshi was born in how do y'all know who it is? But that's just something left over from the internet they added in there. So
right. What's going on, Gervais Wright, Leroy Forbes, Fred Morris, Crypto and Culture, Torrance J Playlist. Hello. Dry Dessert, I heard you mention them. So this is, I think, a second now almost, but Bitcoin Network transfers $1 billion for the price of a cup of coffee. That is correct. $1 billion, $1 billion was transferred for the price of a cup of coffee. So again, all the naysayers and all the people who, because of child porn cases, they don't want to use technology. Well, it doesn't matter, because when a company sees you can transfer $1 billion instantly for less than the price of a cup of coffee, it doesn't matter what that technology is attached to. It can be attached to World War III happening as soon as you use this technology. We're about to go to war. People are going to use it. But it looks like the CEO of cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp has highlighted Bitcoin's utility after funds worth almost $1 billion change hands for less than $4 in fees. It looks like blockchain monitoring resource BitInfo Charts confirmed on October 14th the transaction at wallet and storage provider Zappo involved a total of 100,012, 27 Bitcoins, and 0.29 Bitcoin. I guess that's the Satoshi they don't know how to put out there. But again, previously Bitstamp had already transferred about 100,000 and 800 Bitcoin, paying a very small fee as well. And it looks like this is the second time they're doing it, and this thing is working. $1 billion can be transferred for about $4. That's amazing to see.
$4,
$3.89. I think was the initial one, or no, it was this one. That's crazy.
Absolutely. So if you're thinking about Bitcoin as an investment, and you're like, all right, so how would people use it? This is one of the top reasons right here. If you can send $1 billion, billions of dollars like banks do daily for the price of under $4, maybe $2. I've seen before somebody transferred 100 million for like 175. Like you're not just invested in Bitcoin because you want the price, but for what other people want to use it for. This is going to be a settlement layer for a lot of institutions. They may not be banks, but they are going to be exchanges. There'll be big funds, trading, venture capitalists. That's how they'll move money. If they can do it for pennies on the dollar, because why would you move it through a bank if it's going to cost you thousands of dollars versus $4? So yes, in the Bitcoin economy, this is a great use case.
And to give you an idea of like, how big of a percentage swing this is, just think about PayPal. I think PayPal charges 1% or up to $10 on every transaction. Usually it's going to be that, like, if you're moving $1,000 or something, right? They're gonna go ahead and charge you that $10 real quick. So $1,000 to move on PayPal or to move it to your bank is a $10 charge or 1%, which again could be very high. And they just recently changed that, which is crazy because the prices should be going down. But to move $1 billion is $3.89.
Yeah.
Bank, same thing with the banks. Overdraft or trying to transfer or something like that. Wire transfer, what is that, like $20?
Yeah.
$20 for a wire transfer to get something to the next bank or the next account in 24 to 48 hours. That's $20. And that's on any amount. I could be sending you $40 wire. I'm going to pay $20. But again, with this $1 billion, $3.89, we have been getting robbed, people. The technology is here. Like, that is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
$20 to $30 for wire transfers, $35 overdraft fees, $10 a transfer from PayPal. Western Union, I don't even know what that is anymore. I mean, was that like
garbage?
Almost 15 to 25% of everything you do.
Oh man.
So again, people, to put that in perspective, all those big numbers go down tremendous. I mean, $1 billion at $3.89. So what should 1,000 be, right? It's going to be less than a penny.
Yeah, should be microtransactions.
It should be a microtransaction. So that's great news to see. We should not be getting charged to make transactions with money. That is the most ridiculous and antiquated thing out there. I hope people can finally wrap their heads around that. That you should not be charged to move your own money.
Massive amounts of third-party people are shaking in the boots right now.
Oh my goodness, right? All right, U.S. Congressman, Facebook should add Bitcoin, not create Libra.
Oh yeah.
Look at the pot calling the kettle black on this one. What's going on with this story?
Man, have times changed? Good gracious. We 2 months ago, we're discussing Libra and Bitcoin beside each other in court or in Congress. And then we realized they didn't really mention Bitcoin. They kept saying, yeah, Bitcoin is there, but Libra needs to be taken down. So once we saw that, Representative Warren Davidson, he actually threw out a way better idea. He said it would be to use Bitcoin. He said that part of the beauty of Facebook's unveiling is it proposed Libra stablecoin, and it crystallized all of the problems that already exist on this social media platform. So he argued that Facebook already filters content. Some people say with bias, some people say it's great. They're protecting the safe space, but do we want filtered transactions or freedom? And that's one of the things he thinks Libra will bring about. Bitcoin doesn't filter transactions. You can use it, you can do whatever you want. I would argue that through this third party, through Facebook, there would be some stopping of transactions if they use Bitcoin, but that's exactly why they can't use it, because they are a centralized company and they have to be in compliance with a government that'll tell them, hey, if any payments come from an account from Iran or if they come from Venezuela, it could not even be malicious. It could literally just be in a chain of transactions. You were a part of it. Stop payments on these accounts. That's a no-go. So in my opinion, Bitcoin will be better, but don't think Facebook can do it. That's why they're pushing Libra so hard and trying to say it's not failing.
And what's also crazy is that again, I started off pot calling the kettle black. I mean, if you're in the U.S. Congress now, stop looking at Libra and what they're doing. How about you just say the United States should adopt Bitcoin instead of these stable coins we're trying to make and all that. I mean, we're getting there, but again, we have a public official worrying about a private company when the whole public company, which is the government of the United States, is in $21 trillion in debt. I think public officials that we pay need to worry about public companies like the United States. So again, it's interesting. I know Libra is going through it now. Another company just left. But at the end of the day, it's a private company. Yeah. It is a private company. And this, to me, goes to show how scared government agencies are, or the government in general are, of a private company. The fact that, they're trying to now thrust Bitcoin onto them.
Yeah. Like, please, I'd rather use Bitcoin.
Right. Let's just try to get public perception to have Facebook adopt Bitcoin. Again, private company adopt it, but us as a government, let's not adopt it.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you all really talk about behind those closed doors. I want to hear what you talk about Friday night at 5 p.m.
Oh yeah, somebody got some big bags.
Right. Bermuda becomes first government to accept tax payments in USDC stablecoin.
Oh man.
Oh
yeah. Let's get it out. Let's get it out.
That story is right on the heels.
That's what it's for.
That story is right on the heels of Facebook should have Bitcoin as we get a country to accept our USDC stablecoin. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So USDC, which is a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, released by Circle, who is run by none other than Goldman Sachs. They have over 1 billion USDC has been issued to different startups. So in Bermuda, what they're allowing their 60,000 residents to do is to pay taxes using USD stablecoin instead of their dollars, their Bermuda dollars. Basically, this will make it faster, cheaper, everything that cryptocurrencies do, except it's pegged to the dollar, so it is backed by that. Good luck with that USDC adoption, but Bermuda's basically just trying to use every tool they have to become a blockchain country. And this is one way to do it. Kind of weird.
Why not just use Bitcoin?
Why not just use Bitcoin? But nobody's actually going to pay their taxes in Bitcoin. I think they've realized, because in Ohio they tried it in other countries, and nobody's going to pay it in Bitcoin. Now they may pay their capital gains or some portion of it and use dollars from that point, but they're not going to use Bitcoin. And I think USDC is a good way to go for them to start. Now, of course, the monetary system changes. They'll have to change, but this is sort of just a move for people to keep USDC, keep it on Coinbase so you can make your 1.5% APR, then pay your taxes in it, so you have to keep those dollars, so it keeps you away from transferring it back into fiat, which I think is something they do not want. Who knows if they have that $1 billion worth sitting there ready, liquid. So Bermuda, they're trying to do the tax thing. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be interesting to see how long they keep it. I think it's still premature, and I think we might see what happened. I can't remember what state or place it was. Where was it, like Wyoming or something? I don't know. Who basically was like, all right, we're not doing this tax bill for companies because nobody's using it, even though they only gave like 8 months or whatever it was. It might have been Ohio. I can't remember.
It was Ohio.
It was Ohio? Okay. Yeah. I think this would be the same thing. Not only is crypto brand new, but stable coins are brand new. So I feel like the average person, unless they're only going for those high value assets, of course, the average person who barely knows anything about the cryptocurrency market does not know anything about the stablecoin market. So I don't see this even being used by the average person, unless they're going for institutions or they're going for those high value, net worth individuals. I don't see this being a thing because people just won't know what it is. I wouldn't be surprised in another 6 to 8 months from now we get the story coming out of Bermuda saying that, hey, they canceled this program with USDC because nobody's going to use it right now. I mean, I think it's too premature, but I get what you're trying to do there, Circle. Hey, I mean, it's like Libra, honestly, private companies. How many people can we get to sign up and become a part of this program? I mean, it's an awards program. How many people can we get to sign up to take our coupons at their store or whatever, to share our Yelp reviews and get a free soda? I don't know. But this is the same thing to me. So
they're just trying to find a roundabout way to get businesses to accept it and create demand. So that people are like, I'll use that instead. But
as you said, base it. Definitely base it. Appreciate that, Gervais. Yeah, Ohio. Dry Dessert said New York Fed yesterday buying $1.6 billion US dollars worth of treasury notes from banks, aka a bailout. Banks wanted to unload $12 billion. Today buying $7.5 billion. Banks wanted $32.6 billion. I did not even know that.
They're buying bonds. Pay attention, people. That's all I gotta say. Last time they was doing this is 2007.
Oh man. Miami International Airport gets its first Bitcoin ATM. There we go.
Miami.
That is right, people. It has finally come. We've talked about it many times about how the ridiculous fees you already pay to switch different currencies that you can't even keep if you can't switch back are becoming another legacy system out there. Bitcoin ATMs are all in the go. What is going on with this one?
Oh yeah. So for the Miami International Airport, it is the largest gateway between the U.S. and Latin America, and one of the largest airlines in the U.S. Bitstop, which is the company that helped place it in the airport, actually stated more and more people prefer to travel with Bitcoin instead of cash for convenience and security, which I agree with. Miami International Airport is a perfect place for our customers to conveniently exchange their dollars for Bitcoin and vice versa when traveling domestically or abroad. So if you ever had to exchange currency, you know that those rates are ridiculous. With Bitcoin, all they have to do is beat those rates. If they're charging 13, 15%, their ATM, all they have to do is charge 10, and it would still be a better deal than what they're getting. And also, when you travel with Bitcoin, you can keep it on a flash drive. You can keep the seed in your head. It's a bunch of different ways to travel with millions of dollars or thousands of dollars without it being in cash in your pocket and possibly getting robbed. So good to see there. And of course, this will be a regular thing in airports. I believe in the next 5-10 years, seeing Bitcoin ATMs at airports will be like any other ATM.
Like you said, it's a lot better. You're talking about 13.5%. I mean, even 20%. I mean, some of these places are charging up to 27 and 33% to change your funds coming from different countries, people. That is 33%, 33 cents on every dollar.
That's theft.
That's theft. So if you want, of course, most people want to do this, but just perspective, you want to trade $100,000. Somebody's taking $33,000 of that. That is, that's California taxes, all right?
Yeah, that's pure theft.
Definitely pure theft. Again, as we just stated earlier in the show, you shouldn't have to be charged money to move your money. That was a brilliant system created by some very intelligent people. I won't lie. Whoever was like, how about we just charge people to change money and make it a law that if they don't use these routes and they're somewhat criminal for some reason, whoever did that was a genius. Don't get me wrong. But again, it's a legacy system. We don't need it. You should not be getting charged to do anything with your own money. We'll see how this turns out. Again, I agree with you. I think we'll see more Bitcoin ATMs everywhere. It only makes sense. Who wants to travel with $1,000, $100, whatever, of currency on them, especially when you're going to foreign countries, you're not really familiar about what's going on in the area. And then again, who wants to get hit with that 33% charge when you can just go for 13 to 20%? So we'll see what happens. Shadow Fresh said, if one of the stable coins can get a cabal of retailers, it might work.
That's what Libra's trying to do.
That's all it takes.
That's why they're pulling in everybody, Shopify and who else? Whoever's on there, Kiva and some other people.
But everyone keeps forgetting to get the boss man of the cabal, special investigator, United States government. Look, at the end of the day, we're talking about a lot of money here. This isn't some fairy tale where everybody's doing the right thing and everything's going to end the right way. So with that being said, as a company, if I was a business, if I was a Libra Association or, here with Circle and all that, hey, listen, you either cozy up with the government or you get your own army. But you got to have some people behind you, it looks like. Because even if you do get this cabal of retailers, we're going to see what's happening right now from the government where they're pressuring these retailers to make a decision. Either you're going to stick with Libra or you're going to become an enemy of us now. And as we've seen, I think 7 different ones have already dropped. I am still in the race or in the belief of Libra getting pushed through right now. Or if not, there will be an ancillary project that gets pushed through that Libra and the government had their fingertips on that they influence and maybe partner with. If Libra doesn't get their project off the ground, you better believe Mark Zuckerberg's going to make that money somewhere else. He's not going to just not make this money from the project. It's out there. He came up with the idea. If he doesn't do it, the U.S. will go, okay, fine. Just get behind this project. We'll make sure we get you whatever. But something's launching. Right now, I'm still in the belief it will be Libra. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
Other than that, that is the show for the day. Did we have any cryptic coin winner? From,
no cryptic coin winner from the last show. But for today, for the free cryptic coin, Bermuda just introduced USD as a possibility to pay taxes. Do you think people will pay taxes in stable coins? Do you think they'll pick up? Or will it just be another rich man's ICO? People recognize it and don't use it in Bermuda. Let us know what you think. Put your cryptic coin address and we'll send those free coins.
As always, thanks for watching and enjoy the hump day. And we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.